Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. This is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. I know you guys did not expect me. I know you expected Matt, and I'm sorry to disappoint you. I did not personally think I would be here today, but I had two small things that occurred in a better way than I anticipated. Number one, I had a little bit of a flight change. So now I'm flying out tomorrow night rather than tonight. And number two, my colonoscopy went great. That was what I was doing a lot this morning is because you guys remember I had like the whole appendicitis attack and what I thought was appendicitis until I got checked out. So all is good. So healthy is whatever, something is really, really healthy. But anyway, got checked out, all is fluid, and we'll figure out what goes on from here. But, I'll talk to my doctor, get a follow-up. Anyway, that's what I was doing this morning. If you're interested. So I was just sitting in the doctor's office for hours, just helping people take trades. It was really good. Robert says a crappy day all around. Yeah. I'll say this. Wasn't bad. Like the prep kind of sucked. So I didn't eat anything. I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm still fasting, but I've fasted before, so that's not that hard. I've fasted. I've done nothing but just drink water for hours and hours and hours at a time. And, the medicine that they made you take was actually pretty good. It didn't taste bad at all. It was not bad. I mean, the after effects, not amazing, but yeah. So anyway, it was all good. It was all good. All is working out. All right, awesome. Let's go dive into the markets and talk about things other than my bowel movements, shall we? Only if you guys are interested. Only if you're interested. So, broader markets. We got a little bit of a bearish close today, team. Do you type in a 1 if you remember me saying I'm in some puts? I'm in some puts just to see what happens. There's nothing, it's not a huge position, but I am in some. I got some on the Qs and the SPY. And you guys all remember I went to cash on the 2nd of September, which as of right now seems to be like the most heroic thing of all time. And yeah, I mean, being in long puts with this kind of close, I don't think is horrifically bad idea. Now, what if we get this? Awesome. Because what's really cool is there were a lot of really nice trades in general kind of working out and playing out today. Some stocks look strong, some stocks didn't. It was really kind of a blend, which is in general a good thing. But I am in some long puts, which means I bought them, and we were sinking most of the day. And if you're looking at SPY and couldn't figure out how to play that breakdown today, shoot me a message. Now, if you weren't watching it, no big deal. But I mean, I was looking at that from my phone. I was like, this is the easiest trade of all time. I was messaging all kinds of people. So that was the simplest short I've ever seen. I mean, it was taking out the low of the day, retested the low of the day. How are you not at least trying to get in short right there? So anyway, SPY just kept on sinking most of the day. And we did get a really, really good close today. How low we're going to go from here? Not sure. Personally, I would love down here. That would be amazing. That would be so nice if we get this, right? That'd be so phenomenal. Now, if we just get this, and this is the exact low because today was quadruple witching day or whatever, and we're never lower, we just go higher from here, that's also absolutely adequate. I'm fine with that. I would not be stressed out in the slightest. We got some bulls, we got some bears, we got a few things setting up, so we'll find out. But again, because Tesla's going higher, my cash balance is higher. I'm ready to rock and roll, folks. I got plenty of cash at my disposal. Like Dr. Falconium, I'm just swimming in a bathtub of cash, ready to figure out what's going to happen. So it's not a bad place to be. And the daily chart on the Qs really was not that bearish. So the SPY, definitely more bearish than the Qs, although, the Dow Jones ETF, and then the IWM. So interesting candles. We'll see what happens. I'm not scared regardless. I would love some more sideways movement. That's pretty much it. more sideways movement, some interesting type of drop at some point could totally occur, and we'll kind of go from there. All right, that's pretty much it. So we'll find out how far, if we start dropping, where we drop to, and if we kind of start bouncing from there. We got some good support. And again, I would love a nice little chop fest into late October, early November. Then November, we start rampaging. That would be a lot of fun. We don't have tons of stocks on the list today, but I'll make sure that we go through whatever you guys want to look at. NNOX is the first one on the list. So NanoX Imaging. This one had a shaved bottom candle and then turned into a one white soldier today. One white soldier. So with that being the case, I think we're just going to kind of keep an eye on it. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it and we'll see what happens on NanoX. That actually is not a bad trapping candle at all. At all. So do we start going a little bit higher? Potentially. I actually would love to get in here on a limit buy with a stoplight down there. That'd be even cleaner. So what I'll do is I'll put that on the list for Monday, and we'll see if it can still hold up between now and then. In general, I'd be okay to play that either direction. NNOX. Got it. So yeah, keep that on your list. Watch it for sure. It really does not look awful. All right, next on the list is Teladoc, TDOC. And I had a telemedicine appointment the other day. Went really well. I was like, why don't we just always do this? So I'm getting all kinds of checkups, team. Coming back with all kinds of good reports. Your boy Newsom is healthy. Yeah, but Teladoc, I will be getting surgery soon on my nose, though. Could you guys know I can't smell? Most of you know that. I have no sense of smell at all. Yeah, zero sense of smell. And I didn't realize that it was really a massive issue until the whole COVID situation came out. Because I forget who asked me, but someone were like, you knew, talking about the symptoms or whatever, and talking about can't smell. And I was like, yeah, guess I got COVID then because I can't smell. And they're like, really? I'm like, I haven't been able to smell since I was like 6. Yeah, so I pretty much lived most of my adult life with no sense of smell, which is honestly kind of a superpower if you have a bunch of guy friends. So I haven't seen it as a bad thing, but I will be going and get some surgery just to test it out, see if it can work, see if anything helps. And anyway, random updates, just giving you guys all the health stories. But yeah, I did have a Teladoc meeting actually, and it was quite clean, very easy, very simple. DJ has a really good put sale for October. He sold that yesterday, almost at the low. Good close on Teladoc. I think a lot of us, or a lot of you, or some of us are bullish on Teladoc. I don't have any position in it right now, but I could definitely sell some puts on this one. I could easily talk myself into being long some shares of Teladoc. Craig, I know you're looking at a stock to maybe buy some more of. Teladoc could be one. I kind of dig it. So keep your eyes on that one. Apple, AAPL. So Apple pulling down a little bit lower, pretty gnarly close. So we got gap fill number 1 on Apple today. Initially, I actually thought about going a little bit lower with that limit buy, but all good. Justin got some shares put to him. A few other traders got some shares put to him on Apple. And again, I know I'm one of the few people, and I get it. I'm okay to be one of the few people. I was one of the few people bullish on Nikola the other day. I think Apple's going to go lower. Case in point, my limit buys. You know, I got lower limit buys because I think Apple can go lower. It was everyone and their mom was like, get in on Apple, $2 trillion. Woo! You know, Apple can do no wrong. And then you had the event that was very sellable. Great event, but it was the Apple event. I mean, buy the rumor, sell the news. This is case in point, perfect example of that. And I'm buying pullbacks on Apple, as you guys can tell. I'm getting into pullbacks. So I'm not getting in too heavy. First pyramid, locked and loaded. Let's see what happens. Joseph and Brandon both have some put options. Cool deal. So we'll see what happens with those. But yeah, right on. Pablo says, me too. Very cool. Star Trek. So Star Trek Enterprises. SRT. Not really, but you know. Good old Star Tech. Got to be careful with this one. So Star Trek. This is a really interesting looking chart. The volume is a little slight. Edward says, if you got into Apple 150 calls yesterday, would you buy to close them for a loss and get back in later? No. I mean, you're never going to pick the exact bottom. You know, you're never going to get the exact bottom. So I think it could easily bounce, but I mean, you can always buy some puts to protect it and sell some calls against it, you know. 150 calls are high, so you're not going to find tons and tons of premium, but yeah, sell some calls against it, buy some puts. If you really do want to close them for a loss on, is that Tuesday? Tuesday, Wednesday, I think would be an okay day to do it if we start going lower. But entirely up to you. I mean, I do think Apple will go a little bit lower. So it's just in time. Just it depends on how long you want to hold it. All right. So Star Trek, Enterprise. If you're playing it bullish, the chart looks really good. I like this volume. I like the breakout. I like the candles. I like the close. I like this candle. I like the moving averages on all time frames. It look good, look good, look good. This chart looks a little bit like my colonoscopy today. And then the weekly chart by a pullback. So overall, looks okay. There's a little bit of room to go higher, but let it consolidate before you go up. I'm not going to make it official because there's not a lot of volume on Star Tech. NVIDIA, good old NVIDIA. Oof, boy, oh boy. So NVIDIA, I'm just hesitant on the bear trades right now, and that's fine. The other day I mentioned I should probably short NVIDIA right here. And this morning at open, I was like, wait a minute, what alert's going off? And I got alerted short NVIDIA. And I was like, no, I forgot to set up that short. Brutal. I would have gotten in short at open. Because again, remember, we closed below this high wave candle. This was the news of them buying out SoftBank, whatever piece of that company, for $80 billion or something ridiculous. Not good. And I was like, that's not a great news gap. And then anyway, this candle was a shave top bear candle closing below all those lower shadows. So I talked about that on Wednesday, short the rip. So it did pull back and it was a little bit of a shortable event. We'll see if that was a good or bad decision on Tuesday or Wednesday if we start going lower. But again, I mean, NVIDIA hasn't even hit the 50. Hasn't even hit the 50. Let it hit the 50 at least. Some of these stocks need to pull back, folks. I hope you had a lot of fun in August. As you all know, I sold everything and went into cash on September 2nd. The reason I keep bringing that up is because I told you I was going to tell everyone when I was going to do it. I told everyone I was going to let everyone know, and I did. We let everyone know multiple days and weeks in advance. So all this choppiness is a good thing for me. I'm allowing it to rest. I'm allowing the market to kind of hang out. I'm letting it chop. I'm letting it grind sideways, and I'm going to start tiptoeing back into some positions as we go lower. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Here is BKI, Black Knight Incorporated. And this is when I was actually looking at shorting. Edward says, I guess someone called the top this time. Dude, that was just pure luck. But hey, at least I got one under my belt. I got one under my belt, folks, that we can hang our hat on for a while. So for real life traders, and again, you can tell all of your friends too. You're like, hey, look, I sold on this day. Like, that's an impressive thing. You know, it's an impressive thing. Black Knight. Let's see, Black Knight. This is the one I wanted to short, right? Yeah, this is the one I wanted to short. Why do I want to short again? New high, right? Oof. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It still just looks strong. That's a good gap. If I was going to short it today, it needed to be at open. I mean, I could have made $2 on that. Could have shorted A6, bought to close it. Well, now you know, only $1.50. Never mind. Well, man, I guess I'm going to keep waiting on Black Knight. I mean, I could be in short. I'm not. If I was going to short it, I should have shorted at open with a stop up here. And again, will I be surprised if this thing just keeps on running and just runs? Not at all. Would not shock or surprise me even remotely. because this is still a very strong market. And again, just my opinion, regardless of who wins the election, we go higher from here. That's just my personal theory. We will have a president, allegedly, mid-November, a new U.S. president. So, sorry, I said new. We will have a president. It could be new or it could be current. Someone will be president in 3 months. There will be a person. So, yeah. All right. So anyway, BKI, I guess I'm going to keep waiting. QURE, Unicure. Unicure? Unicorn. Ah, this ticker is called Unicorn. Whew. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What does Unicorn do? Look at this basing pattern. I mean, it's just coming right down to this old resistance, new support. It's almost like technical analysis works. It's almost like people who sold here started to buy here. Why would anyone do that? Gene therapy in the Netherlands? How cool is that? That's awesome. Look at this beautiful hammer on August 24th, followed up by another September 4th. Perfect hammer. This one's showing more strength than the rest of the market. I'd be more inclined to buy a call on this one than shares because it's biotech. You know, I'm scared about biotech. And yeah, you can make fun of me. That's okay. I'm fine with that. You guys can make fun of me. Not a big deal. But yeah, it's very interesting. Also, I personally loved the market today. I love the fact that everything is different. Have you guys noticed that today? It was like, who the heck knows what's going to happen? Etsy's up, Workhorse is up, Zoom's up, SPY's down, Q's down, Tesla's up. Scott's Miracle-Gro is down, Smith & Wesson's down, Maxar's up, Amazon's down, Bob is down, Apple's down, Shop is higher. It was just like, I don't know. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild. Anyway, long story short, QURE. I'm going to put that on the list. Pablo says Amazon's down 17% in 15 days. That's a great thing. This means it's not a bubble. I agree. We're not in a bubble. I agree with that statement. All right, Workday, WDAY, Workday, and I had someone else request. Oh yeah, Yates wanted Mongo database. So Workday, this one's also been pulling back. Weird that September 2nd is almost the exact high of this stock. Weird. We could still get, this is a really cool breakout. Very interesting breakout. Man, Workday just absolutely smoked me in August. Do you guys remember that? I mean, we had an amazing trade and then got absolutely reamed. Like, boy, oh boy, I mean, that is, oof. I mean, that was the exact low too. It was the exact low. Don't you hate when that happens? And look what it did. Oof. I mean, if you're going to stop me out, at least don't go up 4,700,000% a week later. Wow. By the way, you guys want to know, type it in 1 if you want to see the worst stop out of my career. I'll show it to you. And if you know it, type in the chat pane. No, it wasn't, not Oracle, not even close. Nope, not Silver, not Ford, Alex, although that was funny. Nope, not Dropbox. Falco, you might remember. The worst stop out of all time. Let me rephrase. Maybe this will help. Maybe this will give you a hint. The worst wick out of all time. The worst wick out. No? Okay. Tilray. Now, Check this out. Oh, I still laugh about this one. This was awesome. And if you're thinking, there's no way this happened, should have been there. So we got in here. And our stop, for those who were trading with me back in 2018 on Tilray, was 21.50. The low of this candle is 21.50. The greatest day of my life was August 18th or August 1st, 2018. There was no day better than that day. I printed the low. Emily, I was it. Look at this. Look at this amazingness. Now, it gets even better. Hold on. It gets even better. I got in, obviously, here with a stop there, and then set my stop loss here below this candle. I didn't trade Tilray after that. Yeah, Edward, that was the last time I've traded Tilray. And except for the calls that we trade, like that was the last trade I made on Tilray were call options, like what, 4 or 5 weeks ago. I was the low on this candle, got back in, put my stop here below that candle, loved this gap, and then it got wicked out, and then it ran again. Oh. So if you think your day was bad, imagine missing this move. Oh. That's like buying Bitcoin at $100 and then not still being in. Good thing I didn't do that. So anyway, yeah. And then the last time I traded Tilray was, as you guys know, right here with call options, and that didn't work. So I'm just going to not trade Tilray ever again. About to go to zero anyway. So, all right, cool. That was my worst week out of all time. So it doesn't make Workday seem that bad. Now, bringing back up on Workday. Oh, Joseph, that's terrible. Poor dude. Joseph said he bought $300 of Bitcoin at $5 and sold it 100. Man, that sucks. Sorry, bro. Yikes. And then Pablo says I bought Bitcoin at 19. Oh, man. Eesh. Thomas says Tilray will always be the one when someone came into Falco's Twitch chat room while he was screaming trading, basically saying, I got Tilray at 300. I'm going to hold forever. Never to be seen again. Yeah. One of my ex's uncles bought Tilray at like 240. I was like, it's going to go to 500. Weed. Woo! They sell weed. This cannot go wrong. Companies that sell weed can only make money. Anyway. So Workday. I'm going to keep my eyes on this one. I really do like the pattern. I love this retracement. I can tell you this. I'm not going to get wicked out of this one twice. So I'm going to give this one some time. But I'm going to plan on Workday. This one's setting up. Workday. Okay. Mosaic. No, yeah, Mosaic. Okay, it's a good close. I'm just so skeptical of some of these companies. Not Mosaic specifically. I'm not skeptical of Mosaic. I'm just like, are we really not going to pull back ever? Are we going to actually go from $7 to $19 in like 2 months? I mean, it looks like we are. If I were playing Mosaic personally, I would buy a limit buy there with a stop loss there. I would love if we could come back down to 14 at some point. Brandon says, at least you didn't buy 100 shares of Snow at 319 with the Robin Hooders. No, I did not. I'm very happy about that. I haven't bought a bubble in a while. So if there's one thing I can at least say I haven't done is I haven't bought a bubble. Like that's something that was just a hyperbolic extension of price action, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's not a bubble. Bubbles pop, like they're gone forever, right? Bubbles are just bloop, like Tilray. Tilray is a bubble. Beyond Meat, no. I mean, you can have hyper extension of price action, but we'll see. Peter says, did you get your Unity stock? Not yet. I don't trade from my phone, and I'm just gonna let it pull back some more. I figured it would gap up after it was so hyped and sell off anyway. So I'll be getting some though for sure. Definitely gonna buy some Unity. We'll look at that in just a moment. Long story short, if you're playing Mosaic, look for a pullback before you get in. QDEL. Oh yeah, the squigs. Whew. Man, you ever look at something and go, why didn't I buy more? That's Robert says that's insane. You know what's funny, man, because you said that over here. Remember, like sometime 2 weeks ago, you're like, man, Squigs is on point. Guys, this big giant gap down hammer pattern is one of my favorites. I don't talk about that much. If you ever watch my Bollinger Band video on YouTube, that's one of my favorite patterns. I have a lot of favorite patterns. Take that with a grain of salt. I love everything, but I love a gap down out of the Bollinger Band and a white candle close outside the band. That's like I'm fading this thing all day. I am absolutely in some call option contracts on this thing, so that you guys know. I'm definitely in on this one. Same ones I told you guys I was going to buy. But I love a gap up, like a bear candle closing outside the top band or a white candle closing outside the top band. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's an example of a black candle closing outside the band on this stock. Wow, it looks like it holds its range very well. This was the last gap up and closing outside the top band, but it was still a white candle. Still a white candle, but still shortable once it broke the low. Look at that. Still shortable. I like those gaps out and closes outside the Bollingers. It's a good pattern. Is this one? Yep, there's one. I knew I had to find one. Look at that. Look at that clean. I mean, that is clean. It's a strategy that works. I have no idea. I was gonna make up some statistic. I'm just gonna say I don't know. I don't know. But a good gap out close outside the band like that, bloop, just right back into it. I mean, that would have been good for about $1 and some change. Depends on your share size, but you could have made money with that. Or you could have at least watched to make money with it. Anyway, I'm digressing. QDEL, I'm in it. Target 204.21. I don't know how many of my contracts I'll sell there, but I'll sell at least one. All right, Mongo database. Do have some shares of Mongo. I have 40 shares of Mongo now. So Mongo, remember we bought as a lottery ticket on this day, 5 shares, and then I bought 10 shares and then 10 shares. Yeah, so 25 and then 10 shares. So Mongo, I mean, it looks good. I like the volume. I like the candle. That is a delightful Morningstar reversal. Look at that gem. That's almost as beautiful as my girl Jill down there in Australia. It's making sure you're still paying attention, Jill. Love you, girl. Terry says, I still have my 5 shares. Yeah, and again, it was a lottery ticket, right? It looked great post-market. I just didn't sell it because, I mean, why not? But yeah, so I did add to it, and looks good. Jill said, I'm just about to message you. Perfect. So yeah, Mongo, I might pick up another 5, honestly, until I can leg into 100 on this one. Again, just really tiptoeing into this one, but look at this trend. I mean, whew, gorgeous stuff. Plus it has the word data in it. I mean, Mongo database. Can you go wrong with data? All right. Okay, here's Unity. So I will be buying me some shares of this one. But someone told me that the market's open almost 5 days a week, every single week. So I was not trading today. I didn't have an order out open. Did you know that you can buy shares of an IPO before it hits the market? Do you guys know that? Yes, you can. The way you buy IPOs before they hit the market is you gotta be rich. You gotta be rich. You have to be an accredited investor. So accredited investor is someone that has $1 million liquid net worth, not including your primary residence, and a yearly income of over $250,000. So, yeah. Danny says, so next year. Exactly. Exactly. It could be either or. It could be either or. It doesn't have to be. I prefer both. I prefer both, but yeah. Robert says, still doesn't guarantee you get them. Some brokers just don't get allocated. Correct. But it can, at least it can put you on the playing table. Generally, you have to show up with a $100,000 check. So if you ever wondered like who sells these things, it's the people who are buying it. Danny says same price. No, man, you give it a massive discount. Nope. So you know how like the IPO will open up and say it's up 400%, you know, whatever it is. Like, so I mean, the IPO price on this, like you had people start buying this thing around 40, 50, 60. So people were buying it into here as an example. And then they were just selling it on the open market today to people who wanted to buy it. Yeah. Now the people who are in the company, so let's say you work for Unity Software, right? So you work for Unity Software, you can't sell your shares until what's called lockup. Lockout, lockup, lockout, lockup, lockup. So you can't sell until your lockup experience, which is, it can vary. Sometimes it's like 6 months, sometimes it's 4 months, sometimes it's a year. So it can vary once you're in the company, but you can't sell your shares until later. But the thing is, when you're still generally selling them for more than you bought them for, because you were normally gifted your shares or you had to buy into it when you were working. So you didn't spend very much. Pablo says, isn't that called vested? Kind of, yeah. Yep, vested shares. Thomas says, Unity let every employee sell 15% of their vested shares except exclusive executives and directors. Sorry, Unity let every employee sell 15% of their vested shares. Today, they allowed to do that? Wow, interesting. I haven't heard that before. Probably why you have such a ginormous bearish candle. It's good to know. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Danny says, how much cheaper do you get them before the IPO? Oh man, that can fully depend, dude. I mean, it can depend on all kinds of factors. It can depend on many, 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 many different factors. But that's how millionaires are made. That's how billionaires are made, right? The IPO is what allows people to become extremely, extremely wealthy overnight. Because a Unity employee could have been given the shares. They could have been gifted the shares. They could have bought shares for a penny. They could have bought shares for $1. It depends on how early you were in. So if you are into venture capital, right, which as you guys all know, Matt DeLong is a venture capitalist. So, you know, me and Matt DeLong, we can go in and look at a deal and buy shares of that company before it's even a company, you know? So if you're not accredited investor, sorry, if you're an angel investor or a venture capitalist, you can take your money and buy shares of a company before it's even a thing. So you can spend $100,000 on Unity software and get in on the ground floor and own 10% of the company. But so you're buying shares for literally pennies. I mean, absolute, just a steal. Shane says, is one broker better than another at having more pre-IPO access for investors? No, it depends on what bank they do their filing with, and depends on what brokers are associated with that bank and which brokers also want to get some shares. So, yeah. So it really depends, because normally investment banks are like Morgan Stanley, as Robert's saying, Goldman Sachs, and it just really depends. So, and again, guys, it also depends on how many shares are available, right? That's the thing. Let's say I offered some shares of Real Life Trading. And please, under all circumstances, this is an absolute example. This is not real. I'm not offering shares of my company. But let's say I did. Okay. Would you guys want to buy a share for $3 as an example? Total example. Okay. So if we all bought, let's say that you buy 100 shares of RLT shares for $3, which is a steal, by the way. All right. You buy some for $3, then 5, 10, 15 years from now, when Real Life, we have Real Life Trading India, Real Life Trading UK, Real Life Trading Brazil, Real Life Trading Argentina, Real Life Trading Europe, Real Life Trading Australia, Real Life Trading Ireland, Real Life Trading Poland, Real Life Trading Denmark. When we have all these companies teaching people all around the world how the stock market works, they have their trading rooms, they have their educational platforms, they have their moderators, they have their team, they have their community. As we get into schools, as we are a nationally, globally recognized brand, do you guys think this is going to be more or less, right? So the overall approach is that's how you get in on the ground floor of things. That's how it occurs. Thomas says, news articles say that Unity is up 31% today, even though basically it just sold off all day to the public. Right. So it opened today at 75, but a lot of people got in at like around 52. And again, you got a lot of people that got in a lot lower. So it can really depend on a lot of factors. And someone asked me the question, does my buddy Scott buy his shares before market? No, he is an accredited investor, but again, he only does 1,000. So in order to buy shares of an IPO before it hits the market, you can't do it with $1,000. You have to bring 6 figures to the table. So yeah, so Scott is in $1,000 of Unity at open today. Now, does he know that's going to go lower? Absolutely. But does his plan say that he has to do it? Yep. So he has to do it. Lucian says, why are you not buying Snow? Why are you buying Unity? So again, keep in mind, I'm not buying it yet. I'm not buying it now. I don't have any position on this one right now. I'm buying this one because I understand a little bit more about what Unity does versus Snowflake. So Unity is more of a gaming, internet video gaming company, more so than Snow. I don't exactly know what Snow is. I've done a little bit of research on Unity, and I know how they make money, but Snow, I'm still a little unsure. Plus, Unity is a lot cheaper per share. More data and cloud stuff, huh? Got it. Brandon says, Unity and Unreal are insane. They are the future. Virtual reality film, video games, real-time rendering, so awesome. Thomas says, last private valuation put Unity at about $6 billion. At close today, it was worth $17 billion market cap. So even the last venture capitalist is up almost 3x. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Thank you, Thomas, for sharing that information. By the way, folks, not to let any bags out of any cats, but we are opening up another round of mentoring groups, and your boy Thomas Wong is a part of that. Now, we are working on the faces. This website, we can only literally contain 5, so Tracy is absolutely still a coach. We are just working on putting her face on here. So we're going to now do like rows of 3. But if you want to work with your boy Thomas Wong, guys, I love Thomas so much. I've told him that he was going to be a coach. I was like, hey, man, just give me like a few weeks to make it happen. And love that guy. Incredible knowledge, wonderful human being, great trader, good friends, enthusiastic human. Robert Falco, right? Obviously, you know Falco, Johnny Guarco, Dan Jansen, Tony, and Tracy. So we're just working on getting all the faces together. But anyway, I just want to let all of you know, if you want to work with Thomas, make sure you give him a little bit of love, especially if you use Thinkorswim. He is a specialist at that. If you live on the West Coast, or if you are an applied rocket technician or engineer, you're probably going to love working with Thomas. So if you have an IQ of above 150, you should probably work with Thomas. You know, if you're dumb like me, come work with Johnny or Robert. You know, if your IQ is barely above 100, like you're like 110, 105, you know, me, Robert, and Johnny, go to us. Come to us. But if you're a smart individual and you know math and stuff, oh man. Good times. All right, so Snowflake. Snowflake was one again too. If you're watching this one, it will be fun to trade. It's going to be an interesting one. I love like the whole data thing. I mean, that's going to be intriguing. I forget exactly what setup this was. Was I playing this 30-minute chart? What was I playing on this setup? I don't remember. But yeah, you could be looking at playing Snow. I mean, just, you know, buy it low. You could day trade it. It's obviously very day tradable. That's a very, very nice one white soldier candle. And again, we can day trade anything, folks, you know. We can day trade anything. You got a nice little flag pattern here. I mean, I'm excited to see that break in whatever direction. So Monday, whoever's in the morning room Monday, put Snow on your list. I might be broadcasting Tuesday morning. There's like too many stocks to keep track of. I feel like we got 400,000 companies every day. Jeez. Jay wants to look at ARNA. Arena Pharmaceutical. So this one's a little bit more of a stable pharmaceutical company. Arena Pharmaceuticals. You're probably just frothing over this candle, huh, Jay? I love that candle, man. Yeah, that's probably why you like it. Looks good. I mean, if it continues higher, just stay in. Looks nice. Redfin had a smashing pullback today. So Redfin, this is a good close on Redfin. Pretty impressed that it had a big drop. So I know my buddy Craig Levine's played Redfin a few times, just buying it low and selling it high. And Redfin, look forward to come back down a little bit lower than the 50 this time. So I know that you had some calls, Joseph. So yeah, I would say 43-ish on Redfin. If it pulls back to that spot, it could be a nice little dip. I still do like Redfin. I like the company. I see more and more of those. And yeah, looking at just buying a dip on RDFN. Trend still looks nice. Robert says, Thomas convinced me to sell a $35 October put. I like it. By the way, we've never seen Thomas Wong be wrong on a trade ever, so might as well just do that one. So put sale, Ardia, Thomas, and Falco. I'm in shares, so I'm okay on this one. Brandon says, my dad refuses to accept Redfin will take his business. Well, it might not take his business, but it's taken some business. I have seen numerous houses already sell in Nashville through Redfin. It won't take every real estate agent, but it will take some. It will help with liquidity. That is for sure. That is for sure. All right. Cool deal. Interesting to see what happens on RDFN. Thank you, boys, for helping me with that one. All right. Chief says, at what point will my shares be gone? I have $33 calls on Nuance. When do they expire, Chief? Today? Bro, you might get lucky, man. I don't know. Post-market is at 33. So if it's going to happen, you'll find out tomorrow morning. So it closed at 33.11, but it's at 33. So it could be close. It could be close, man. You might still have the shares. You never know. Speaking of Beyond, I still have my shares on Beyond Meat. How crazy is that? JP Morgan downgraded it, and Beyond Meat gapped down today, huge. And Dan Jansen just kept trading Beyond Meat over and over and over and over today. He traded Beyond Meat like 400 times. Just kidding. And yeah, so anyway, I still have my shares of Beyond Meat. I did not think that would occur, but it did. And Rich, if you're still in your covered call, awesome. I think you are. But what I like on this one is I love this high wave candle. So here's the thing for us folks. If you're looking at when to get in on Beyond Meat, very soon. If we trade sideways for 3 or 4 days and then take out the high, get in some calls. If we pull back all the way back to 135, I'll wait. Maybe I'll start tiptoeing into a call option around there. Again, a pullback to about 135 on Beyond Meat. But if we trade sideways for 2 or 3 days and start showing any momentum, get in. Get in on Beyond. That was looking nice. Robin, what's going on? Hope you're doing good. Dr. V wants to look at Oxy, and Oxy, I see exactly what you're looking at, Dr. V. You're probably checking out something like this, letting it trade sideways a little bit, and then pow. So yeah, if it closes above that resistance, make sure it closes above because the trend is still bearish, and you're gonna want to close above. Yeah, so if it closes above that level, sure, man, take it bullish. Workhorse delivered a lot of traders some serious R's today. We talked about this one yesterday and the day before. Perfect gap. Johnny Guarco laid this one out for everyone who was interested and played that like an absolute hero. Entry here, stop here. As a reminder, if you are former or current military, that is Johnny Guarco's specialty. And he's like the dad of the group. He keeps everybody in check. So he played Workhorse and Zoom today like an absolute legend. So really, really good trade on Workhorse. Looks like it just keeps ripping higher. So stay with the trend. EGO, we're in a swing trade on this one, and I'm just going to keep holding it. Of course, I want to close for a gain, but I'm trying my best to hold for a nice little win on El Dorado. It kind of looks like it broke out, and the weekly chart looks pretty decent. So El Dorado, we are in this one as a swing trade. I have moved the stop up. Hopefully it doesn't retest too hard, but I'll draw kind of what I think is worst case scenario. Hopefully that's worst case scenario. And that's pretty much my thoughts on El Dorado. So EGO. And let's go look at Meli, M-E-L-I. So Meli finally pulling back today. Perfect, perfect, perfect location to 100. So if you're getting in, what's phenomenal about this is it does one of two things from here. Or don't know which one. Great spot, though, to be buying it, and you'll find out very quickly what it does. It has pulled back, which is nice. It needs to pull back. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely diabolically bullish. So it really needs a pullback. So yeah, if it does take out the lows, gaps down, breaks down, closes below, look to protect yourself. And if it starts bouncing higher, beautiful. And then last but not least, I'll let you guys go early today. BE, Bloom Energy, looks a lot different than the market. I know a trader who's in on Bloom Energy based on this resistance right here. Old resistance, double bottom neckline, double bottom neckline. Really, really good volume. I don't think it's a exhaustion volume. Weekly chart looks rash. Monthly chart, nice looking candle. Yep, we should probably look to set up some Bloom Energy positions. And I'll put down the list and come back and look at it on Monday. There we go. All right, awesome. Okay, fine. You guys talked me into it. Two more, Shopify and Tesla. So Shopify trying to bounce around the 100 simple. So it has a little bit of an okay morning star reversal. Shopify needs to pull back some more. It really, really does. So Shopify desperately needs to pull back some more. I mean, I'm glad it has a little bit of a bullish candle. I do like the fact that it's hanging out to 20. If you're playing Shopify, just play small ball up here. I heard a rumor that Matt DeLong has some put sales around 700 for Shopify, and that's not a rumor, it's true. And so if you're buying shares, just really, really, really tiptoe in here. A share or two should absolutely suffice on Shopify. I wouldn't buy leaps yet. I don't think it's had enough bearish volume. And put sale around 700 would be great. Owning at 700, solid pullback on Shopify, but just get a little bit more time. And Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Type in a 1 if you're ready for my analysis on Tesla. Oh boy, here goes. So initially, I was doing a lot of work on Tesla today. Man, Tesla, what an easy one. Like if you were trading in the afternoon, look at this 5-minute chart. Sorry, 5-minute chart. If you are a professional day trader like Craig Levine, I mean, hello. If you took this entry with this stop and you got trapped, I mean, you had to try it again. I'm sure you tried it again. What a perfect run up. Perfect. So I had a coaching session last night with a trader named Brian. We've kind of put together a nice little plan on Tesla for today. So yes, it is a very, very nice hammer. It is a strong gap today. Powerful, Herculean in strength. So again, I still think that we can sell off on battery day, something like this. I think that we could easily break out, get a nice little snapback, and then go higher. I am by no means bearish on Tesla. No means. Not even almost bearish on Tesla. However, I just simply think everyone and their mom, and by everyone and their mom, I mean everyone and their mom, is like, battery day! And that's it. That's all everyone's talking about. How do you think about Tesla? Battery day. Like that's everyone's answer. It's not a good answer with everyone saying the exact same thing. So I'm game for battery day. It's going to be great. I love Tesla long term. Tesla's absolutely going to go higher, unquestionably. But I'm just thinking on battery day, I think we're going to get a little bit of a dip. So I was going to sell all of my shares if we hit 500 this week. We did not hit 500 this week. If we get a nice strong pop Monday and or Tuesday and we get into 500, I could consider selling some, but I won't sell all. I will hold some positions over battery day because honestly, most of my shares are down here. You know, so I don't need to sell all of them up here. I'll sell some. I sold a little bit of my calls and some positions, whatever day that was, Tuesday. And yeah, I'll sell a little bit more if we hit 500, but not all of them. No, not all of them. And yeah, if we gap up on Monday, ladies and gentlemen, boom, be extremely bullish Monday and Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, you know, whatever, battery day, and we'll kind of see what happens from there. So that's pretty much what I got. And that's Tesla. And then Amazon. Yes, I did get filled on Amazon today. So it got filled on Amazon, and let's see what happens. I mean, this is a big pullback on Amazon, 18%. They had the best earnings ever by far. And here's the thing, and I'm being very clear on this. I'm going to lose some R's if this thing does not bounce. Like, that is a head and shoulders pattern. That is a definite head and shoulders pattern. So if we do one of these and break, oh boy, it's going to get rough McGee. So keep an eye on Amazon, guys. It can get a little bit worse before it gets better. I hope it doesn't, but I hope I'm wrong. All right, what do you guys want to look at on Friday? Which again, I should be here on Friday. But if I'm not, someone will be here. I should be, but I might take off. Who knows? AMD. It depends. It depends on how cloudy or how clean it is. Danny says Monday. Yep, Monday I'll be in Yellowstone. All right, NNOXQURE. Okay, I think that's all. BVY, got it. Nintendo, NTDOY, BIGC, Roku, Fiverr, got Boeing, Disney, Overstock, SPR. All right, team. Awesome. Well, hey, thank you for being here. Thank you for helping us enrich lives every single day. My friends, we have a mission. We have a lot in front of us. We have a lot of greatness coming our way. Thank you for helping us with that mission, and have a phenomenal weekend. I love you all so, so much. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.